Okay, I'd just like to start with the keys first. You've got your main key there, which you press, flip it open. The top button there is to unlock. The bottom button there is to relock it again. You've got a spare ignition key there, and the smaller key there does all the locks and compartments around the outside of the vehicle. On this one, we've got the gas low refillable bottles. You refill it from a filling station there. There are small gauges on the gas bottles that tell you how much is in each bottle. You just go to the filling station, fill it until it stops filling, and then you know the bottles are full. That plastic box there contains all the tools to take the wheel off if you ever get a puncture. This is the winding handle for the canopy. Remember, don't wind the canopy out if it's windy, or if the weather changes and it starts getting windy, wind it straight back in again, otherwise it will get damaged. So pop that into there, wind it out. Wind it out as far as you want. There's two legs, there's one in each side. So you just move that like that. Pop the leg down like that. And there's a catch there to adjust the height. And then you lock it like that. Refit the leg there into position, make sure it's tidied away nicely like that, and then to wind it back in, just re-engage the winding handle and wind it in. So, around this side, come to the toilet cassette door. To remove the cassette waste tank, pop that little lever up and the whole tank comes out. You've got a handle there to wheel it to the waste point. When you get to the disposal point, remove this cap, point it at the disposal point, and then push this button in here, and that will allow the air to come in and the waste to rush out. When you're finished, just put the cap back on, replace that nozzle and relocate the tank. Make sure it's clipped back in correctly. That's the exhaust for your combi boiler when it's running on the gas. This is where all your main services are. Freshwater tank there. You remove this cap, fill it with a hose, These two taps here are for emptying the freshwater tank. If you need to empty this tank, that's the tap for there. That tap releases the waste from the waste tank, which is located underneath the vehicle. That's where you plug your mains lead into, which comes up to a little door, hatch door there. In the corner here is the drain point to drain down the internal water system. So to do that, if you want to drain it down, you open all the internal taps, click that, and this blue button will come out, and all the water will empty out onto the floor. When you want to refill the system again, click that across there and pop that lever button in there. If that button's not depressed in, then the water will just keep pumping out. Diesel goes in there like a normal diesel vehicle, and you need to fill the AdBlue tank up when it tells you to do on the dashboard. There's a label there which tells you the front and rear tyre pressures. This bag here contains a pump. There isn't a spare wheel with the vehicle, so this is supplied to inflate any flat tyres. This lever here releases the bonnet. So you have the brake fluid, the coolant, and this one is for the powered steering fluid. This is where you put the windscreen washer fluid in. This is where you top up the oil, and this is where you check the oil level with this dipstick. If you ever need to bump start the vehicle or start it with leads, there is a special point in here. This here, which is covered by a little cover, is where you put the positive lead, and the negative lead goes onto here. Make sure they're in the correct order, otherwise you will damage the electronics of the vehicle. Moving to the inside, the first thing we find is the main control panel, which works from the 12 volt battery. Press the button to switch it on, and then we just dial it up to select what we want to do. So the first one is fresh water, there's nothing in there. The wastewater is empty as well. That switches the power on to the pump. If you don't switch that on, you cannot use the pump via the taps. This one tells you the leisure battery voltage, and that one tells you the vehicle battery voltage. The next thing we come to is the heating system. To switch the heating system on, press that button. The first little picture we get is the heating. So tap on that, it's off at the moment. So we can turn that, dial it up, all the way up to 30. So say I want it on 20 degrees, I tap on that and it will set it for 20 degrees. So I won't switch that on at the moment, so The next one is the water heater. Tap on that, so you can either have it off, eco, hot or boost. Okay, and basically whatever I tap on there tells the heating what to do. Next one is the fuel source. Tap on there, so I can go electric 2, electric 1, which is 2 kilowatt electric, 1 kilowatt electric. Mix is gas and electric, 1 and 2. The last one is just gas on its own. So if I tap on that, it will run on whatever I've selected. Okay. The last one is the fan speed for the warm air heating. Because I've got the heating switched off, it's only going to vent, but if I've selected the heating, I will get eco or high. There's only 2 settings on that. So to turn the heating off, hold my finger on the button till it says off there, and that is switched off. Okay, under this bed is located all the electrics, the mains electrics, trips, the 12 volt control panel and the battery is all located under this bed. The TV is an Oyster system, which is the TV is synchronized with the satellite system. So when you switch the TV on and the little blue light comes on there, then it will automatically activate the satellite system. After about 10 minutes or so, it will find a signal and programs will come up onto the screen as normal. The fridge controls, you've got an on and off button there. Press that on and the fridge comes on. So to change the setting, he's on gas at the moment. Hold this button here until the symbol flashes. Move the arrow to select whether you want it on automatic, gas, 12 volt or mains electrics. Then press that button and it will select the setting. The 12 volt setting, it will only run from 12 volt when the engine is running on the vehicle. It won't run at any other time. Otherwise you can just select an automatic setting and it will find whatever fuel is available to run the fridge. And then hold the button in to switch it off. In this vehicle, it hasn't got an oven, it's only got a 3-burner hob. To light the 3-burner hob, you have the ignition button there. So turn it to the flame, push it in until it lights. The burner's on. Okay, turn it off like that. Always remember to make sure these are switched off before you put the glass top down. There is a big pack of instruction manuals with this vehicle. If you need to find out any details on how anything works, I would always suggest you read through the instruction manuals. If you need further information, then please call our after sales department and they'll do their best to help you with anything over the phone. Okay, thank you.